Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Backcap, the TF2 recap show with highlights taken from casts on TeamFortress.tv. This is episode 66, and we'll be covering the news, match results, and highlights from the 3rd to the 10th of June. Lots of news this week, so buckle up and prepare to be informed. Earlier this week, ETF2L Premier Team NUNYA rebranded and swapped out a scout. With I-61 only a few months away, Multiplay has finally made an announcement confirming TF2 at the event. Interested teams were left in a state of limbo waiting for the announcement, and Shade had made statements indicating that there was a possibility that froyotech would not attend I-61 at all. FACEIT ran a beta test with some of their new systems, writer Pinkerton left Valve, another ESEA team picked up a sponsor, and the second weekly FACEIT Cup for EU was announced. And as always, we'll go over the match results and highlights to wrap up the episode. NUNYA have gone nuts. Absolutely nuts, to be precise. Scout Early stepped down from the roster as he felt that he would not be able to compete in Premier. Gink, formerly on Lowly Squad, will take his place on the team. With this switch, the team has rebranded to the Absolute Nuts. Multiplay took to Twitter to announce their lineup of prominent attendees for I-61. Unfortunately for the community, there was no confirmation of a TF2 event at the upcoming LAN. Following repeated exchanges on Twitter with players and concerned community members who wanted to book flights and hotel rooms, Multiplay finally confirmed that there would in fact be a TF2 tournament at the event. They cited paperwork as the reason for the delayed announcement. Thank goodness, right? I mean, now we can rest assured that TF2 will have an international battle for the title of World Champions. Well, maybe? On his stream, Shade expressed his desire to skip attending I-61 on short notice in favor of getting European teams to come to another ESA Rewind LAN in California. Benny spoke up on the TFTV forums, explaining that the late tournament announcement for I-61 gave the team just enough time to be able to attend, but froyotech is not yet confirmed for the upcoming I-Series. He also said that the team will most likely reach a decision this week, and that they will let the community know. There are rumors that the squad's attendance hinges on their demoman Habib's exam schedule, and that they are likely to go if the scheduling works out in their favor, or if it was possible to bring in a worthy stand-in like Bedonsky. We'll continue on this roller coaster of emotions with some good news. On Wednesday, FACEIT ran some beta tests on their NA servers. The system included a private 6v6 solo queue with a captain draft and a leaderboard. Future versions of the service will include integrated voice chat, improved UI, and more substantial admin controls. This will allow anyone to create their own in-house league or hub of their own where they can control settings, maps, and queues as desired to fit their own needs. Currently, the system is in its stress testing phases, and the current quality of games is not indicative of its final form. The turbulent news week continues with another writer leaving Valve. Writer Pinkerton left Valve this week. He co-wrote the TF2 comic and the Meet the videos along with Eric Wolpaw, who left the company in February. On Twitter, he confirmed that the TF2 comic number 7 should still be coming out, quote, eventually, unquote. It is unknown if Valve will look to hire new writers or if this last comic will be the end of TF2 lore outside of the game itself. And to temper even more sad news, let's move on to a happier note with a new sponsor in the ESEA TF2 scene. The organization Fable eSports have sponsored an ESEA invite team for Season 25. The team features Apt and Ghostak on Scout, Okiwaka on Roamer, Paul Dog on Pocket, Nf on Demo, and Anif on Med. You might know Anif by his older alias, Lucrative, which is the name he is still known as on the forums. The team is looking to stick together and improve throughout the season. For our final piece of news, the TFTV EU Weekly Series number 2 powered by FACEIT was announced, and boy isn't that a mouthful. In layman's terms, FACEIT is holding another one-day cup with 32 team slots available. If you play in Europe, you can sign up with a team or as a solo player, and you'll be matched with other teamless individuals. Sign-ups close on June 17th at 18 o'clock CEST, and the tournament will begin on the same day. 10,000 FACEIT points are up for grabs, so get out there and sign up. Now, onward to the match results of the past week. We'll start in North America, and we'll move eastward to Europe before arriving in the Southern Hemisphere. After a rough start to the season, the first ESEA game casted was Legalized Ranch against EVL Gaming. Legalized Ranch held the lead 2-1 going into the first half, but 4 consecutive rounds from EVL earned them the victory on process. Legalized Ranch fell again in their second match 5-2, this time to Team No Mercy. Remember that this is only week 1 of the ESEA season, so the current standings are likely to radically change, but it's the best we've got for now. No Mercy, froyotech, Hibbleton, and Faint Gaming are all undefeated. EVL sits at 1-1, while Fable eSports, Whale eSports, Meat Market, and Legalized Ranch are all winless. Now, onward to Europe. LEGO beat Bazooka Sports 2-1 on Reckoner, but Bazooka Sports fired back with a Golden Cap victory 3-2 on Gullywash. After their rebranding, the Absolute Nuts experienced little success in their ventures against Unexpected. Unexpected took the games 5-0 on Reckoner and 4-2 on Gully. The Frenchmen of Nerd Rage faced off against Seven, but were sent back across the channel in defeat. Cadus and his boys won 4-2 on Reckoner and rolled Gullywash by win difference 6-1 in under 20 minutes. After week 3, only 7 remain undefeated. LEGO are not far behind in second, followed by Unexpected in third. Lowpander and Arctic Foxes are tied in fourth with an even 2-2 record. Antic, Nerd Rage, and the Absolute Nuts are a mixed bag at the bottom. We'll finish our journey with Oz Fortress. No Safe Word demolished Damage Incorporated 5-1 on Reckoner and 5-0 on Snakewater. No Safe Word holds pole position in the Oz Fortress standings, followed by Jasmine T, Right Wing Death Squad, and Damage Incorporated to round out the top 4. Xeno and Nature Walk have 2 wins apiece, and both Jermaine and Dog the Boys remain winless. Now, let's roll those highlights, shall we?
Taken not a point of damage so far. So he's in a decent position here, and the Czechs are holding strong. Mohawk seems to be the guy that is the lamb to the slaughter for this defense. As Kem is going to get a bit of space on this playground now. Maybe trying to get something on the medic. Big jump in from Spelly, but gets demolished there by Adam. Oh my word! I hope that was caught on cam. And the Belgians, I don't want to say struggling, but it's not coming to as easy to them right now, Chando, as it was previously.
Big bomb coming out from, I think, Captain there, just getting all that aggression and just turning all the heads for Nerd Rage, and they've completely been just destroyed on this mid, and it's just Namtak alive.
Yeah, he's going for something, he's going on Raymond. Does take a wicket, manages to clean him up. No way!
That was crazy. There was 3 people in front of him and he just walks past them and just, I think, 3 shots onto Raymond, and that is a crucial play that they really needed them. The last time, Seven have been doing so good with these over advantage.
This was in many ways a rough week, but in many ways a good week. For more details on the ups and downs of competitive TF2, follow us on Twitter at Backcap Team. Keep on fighting the good fight, and we'll catch you again next week.